Hello guys, as I often say on this channel, we have several subscribers from here, from this YouTube channel, who have won these scholarships that we talk about. So whether it's scholarships in the US or in the UK, in Australia, in mainland Europe and the rest. So we have people who have won these scholarships in the past through using tips from this channel. So what I'm trying to say is that we have experience in guiding applicants towards winning masters and fully funded PhD scholarships around the world. So you're in the right place if you're looking for scholarships. So today we're talking about the Mastercard Scholarship, both at Cambridge and at Edinburgh. I will talk you through how to write the application essays. Those essays are very important and they make or break your application. So I'll be talking you through the different essays and the application process. So I'll give you all these bits of information for you to go and do your homework. Go to your decks and write out your essays following these tips that I have shared with you. So you're in the right place. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It is Victor once again. It's another day and we have another scholarship. In case you're joining us for the first time, you're welcome. But hey, where have you been? There are hundreds of videos already on this channel and fully funded scholarships from around the world. So look around. I'm sure you'll find something that catches your interest. And if you're a returning viewer, returning subscriber, thanks for coming back. Thanks for the constant support, and I hope you find the scholarship sooner than later. So let's get into the business of today. The Mastercard Scholarship at Edinburgh and Cambridge. So we've talked about this scholarship in the past. We talked about Mastercard in Canada at McGill. We talked about Mastercard as well at I think UBC as well. So, and by the way, you allowed to apply to as many Mastercard scholarships as possible. So yes, you can apply to those in Canada, the two of them in Canada, and then I think they're even up to three in Canada. There's also one in Toronto, and then also come to the UK and apply for all of them. But then you just have to pick one at the end of the day. You cannot put the one in Cambridge and then the one at McGill in Canada, if that makes sense. So let's begin. So for the one in Cambridge is quite straightforward, the application requirements. So as you know, Mastercard Scholarship is for African nationals, African candidates. And for some of them, there are age restrictions, but I'm not sure there is any for, I don't think there's any for Cambridge. I've not seen any age restriction here, but you can always check the FAQ section and see if there's any age restriction. And I think for Edinburgh, the age restriction is 35. I believe so. So for Cambridge, it's very straightforward. African nationals and applying for one of the courses at Cambridge. So any master's course is eligible, apart from those like MBA and those professional financial courses and things like that. So why every other course is like you want to study engineering, masters in computer science, masters in economics, public policy, political science, global health, all those are eligible. So what do you do? Before that, let's see what it contains. What are you going to benefit from the scholarship? You can see here that it covers full tuition costs, monthly maintenance allowance, laptop, and covers other things like your visa fees, your health insurance, flight tickets, everything covered. So this is covers everything through and through. You wouldn't have to lift a financial muscle when you get the scholarship. It covers everything. So what's the application process? Mind you, the application process for the different Mastercard scholarships might be different depending on the university you're applying to. For instance, here at Cambridge, there is no separate application process. So you apply for one of the eligible courses. So you go to the course page, the different master's courses. You go to the course page and apply for one of the eligible masters. So you click on this masters, usually a 1-year master's course. So it's a very long list, tab 1 to 15. So check for your own course. So what do? You apply for that, and while you're applying, you get a prompt to submit an essay for this scholarship. So what does it mean? While you're applying, you indicate that you're interested in the Mastercard scholarship. You also get an application fee waiver, by the way. Application fee waiver, so you do not pay application fees. So that's good. So while you're applying and you indicate that you're interested in this scholarship, a supplementary statement is written here. A supplementary statement would appear where you indicate that you're interested in the scholarship and write how you intend to contribute to climate resilience and sustainable futures in Africa or for Africa. So, whatever course you select, whatever course you choose to do, try to connect it to climate resilience, sustainability. In general, try to connect it to the SDGs. Remember the Sustainable Development Goals, there are about 17 of them. So, connect whatever you're doing to any of the Sustainable Development Goals. That will help your essay. So very smart students now, I think you should just go to Google and check the Sustainable Development Goals. Check the course you intend to apply for and see the connections to the Sustainable Development Goal. You might have 1, 2, 3, 4 goals in the SDGs that your course relates to. So connect them and see what you can craft in form of an essay. And of course, show concrete examples of the difference you'll make in your home country on the continent based on the Sustainable Development Goals attached to the course. So here it is very simple. Just apply for the course you're interested in, indicate you're interested in this scholarship. They would ask you to write an additional statement. Write that, remember the SDGs about climate change, about sustainability, connect your course to that, and you're good to go. Keep an eye on the deadline of your different courses as well. Some courses, the deadlines are in December, others are in January. So it depends on your course. Check your course directory. So I think this is the course page we opened. So you check for your course and see the deadline so you're not caught unawares. Of course, check the FAQ section for further details about this scholarship. So what about Edinburgh? For Edinburgh, it's actually a longer process, I would say. Let's go to Google and Edinburgh scholarship. So by the way, you can find the scholarship through the Edinburgh, either to Edinburgh or to Cambridge, through a simple Google search. So this is Edinburgh. For Edinburgh, you have both online and on-campus Mastercard Scholarship. So if for some reason you cannot travel to the UK, let me get back my network. If for some reason you cannot travel to the UK, which is fine, you can always do the online. Course. So I think it's up. Yes, that's good. So online scholarship, in-person scholarship. So for the sake of this video, I'll be concentrating on the on-campus as opposed to the online one. But you can apply for either, not both. If you cannot travel for some reason, maybe carrying responsibilities, you have kids and you do not want to move, go for the online. And there are specific courses that are online. But if you want to move, go for the on-campus or in-person. And there's some specific courses that are designated for in-person. So let's go to on-campus. For the on-campus, there's also this connection to climate crisis as well. So whatever you're doing, try to connect this to climate change, sustainability, and those kinds of issues. So these are the courses available for on-campus. There might be different courses for online, mind you. So these courses might not be available for online. So check for online if you're interested in an online course. So you can see the different lists. I think it's about 10 courses or more in international development, food security, energy, entrepreneurship, data science, operational research, environmental science, climate change, planetary health, environment, and development. And you can see it also covers food tuition, accommodation, travel, living stipend, study materials. So this is good. Everything is covered. Let's see, what else? You can always read the, what they call it, the requirements on your own, but we'll be going to the essays very shortly. And of course, keep an eye on the deadline. Keep an eye on the application deadline. So I clicked on the apply button already. So this is where you click on the apply button. I've done that already. and it took me to this page. So in case you have questions, go through the FAQ sections, you get your questions answered, like age limits, country of origin, what if you have a master's already, things like that. This would resolve all those problems. So I clicked on this and I filled a number of forms. I think I filled this form about, what they call it, eligibility first. And my network has gone on sleep again. Let's refresh that quickly. Yeah, good. So I clicked on this on eligibility and just answered yes for most of the questions. And that took me to another one. Let's go back there. There was another form I filled about eligibility as well. So the first one is a declaration. Second one is an eligibility of assessment. I clicked on that as well. Let's see if that will open quickly. Just showing like the country of origin that I'm from, basic information about myself. What did I study for undergrad? And what is my CGPA, my grading scale? What course do I intend to apply for at Edinburgh? So very easy to follow questions. My internet, once again, I think the weather here in the UK at the moment is quite bad. And it's been raining a lot, and I think it's affecting the internet. So let that load very quickly. So back to the application form. We've done the basic preliminaries and other basic details about us. Then we'll go straight to the form, to the application form, which I've started filling already. So let's go straight to the essays. So I'll go to previous, take you straight to the essay question that you have to answer. Because before the essay questions, remember to do all those basic things first of all. So these are some basic questions you're going to answer. And then let's go straight away to the first essay question. It's about the experience that shaped you and made you who you are, and then what else? Things you've experienced in life that serve as qualities that you bring to the Mastercard community, and adding specific information about yourself and the difficulties you went through, especially the educational barriers you went through, will be useful. So here I mentioned that you should talk about your family background. Like if you're a first generation student, the first person in your family going to the university, like your parents never went to university, that's a big achievement, put it there. If you're with a disability, put it there. If you went through financial difficulties, your family went through financial difficulties, put it there. Peculiar challenges of your community, like your community is prone to flooding, low educational levels in your community, low literacy rates, or things like government neglect. So these are issues that I said, they formed you and made you sympathetic to those suffering from these issues, or made you concerned about these issues about low levels of education, environmental degradation, government lack of accountability, because you grew up in communities where these things were big problems. And what lessons did they instill in you? And of course, I said talk about the educational barriers you also went through, like struggle to pay your fees, like you have to get a bursary or from a charity to pay fees and things like that. So if you had that kind of experience when you're growing up, please put it there. That's kind of difficult for you initially, but you were able to triumph in spite of these difficulties. So what qualities did you learn from these experiences? You can mention things like resilience amid struggles, like problem solving skills, honest and hard work that in spite of the difficulties, you did not decide to do crime, decided to do hard work, part-time work, volunteer work in spite of the financial difficulties you faced, that you learned resilience, perseverance, that hard work will pay off at the end of the day, the light at the end of the tunnel, so things like that. And say these qualities will help you. That's the third point. Would help you to be diligent with your studies because you're a hard worker, you take things seriously, you're usually a committed person. So these commitments the committed spirit that you learned from your previous experiences will help you with your studies, help you with diligence, with perseverance, and facing difficulties in case you face difficulties during your studies. So the logic is that you draw from your background, your family background, community experiences, draw skills that you learn from those community experiences like resilience, strength, problem solving, and show how those skills will make you an asset to the Mastercard Scholarship. How to make you cooperate with others, study diligently, take things seriously, focus, plan your future properly. So the word count is 100 to 400. So you have to be judicious with the word count. And I think you should max out the word count if you ask me. Write up to 2, 3, if not 400 if you can. So the next question is about the course that you're choosing, the program that you're choosing at Edinburgh, and how it relates to your future goals. So why are you selecting that course, and how does it relate to your future goal? So research the course or the program that you selected. You're meant to go to the program page, click on it, go to that page, whether it's selected public policy, international development, climate change, whatever. Make sure you go to that program page. Click on it and see. These are the program we're talking about. So this one, African development, right? So what do? You go to Google, or there's even a link here already, so you don't have to go to Google. So click on this link, go to this page and see what the page is, see what the course is all about. You can see the aim of the course. You can see the structure of the course. So these are the things you summarize in your own words in the essay that you're writing. So let's go back there. So research the degree, then mention the modules that are offered under the course. So for instance, you chose this Africa and international development. So you go down there and check what are the modules, the structure of this course. What are you going to be learning when you get there? So when you read these things, you get different ideas about what skills exactly you will be learning during this course. So these are the things you read up. These are the things you read up when you're writing for this course. Then it now mentions you can also mention what professors in that department are you eager to work with, or whose work you admire. So professors in that department, what kind of research do they do and why do you admire them? So like, I want to work with this professor because he works on environmental degradation, and this is the area of research I actually want to specialize. So working with these experts or being taught by these experts would be a very big benefit to me. Then mention the particular skills you intend to learn from this course, like for instance, say, I'll learn public analysis, I'll learn what best practices in addressing, let's say, low literacy rates or modern means of food preservation if you're studying the course on food technology. Then state how these skills that you learn from this course would help you with your career goals. So for instance, you can say to help with your job promotion at work, help you launch an NGO, help you launch a startup, join a relevant government department, or conduct further research, equip you, give you the foundation to apply for a PhD. So I hope that is clear. Just by means of a summary, research the course, mention the particular modules under the course that you'll be studying. You don't need to mention all of them, like key core concept. I think there's one here already. On this page, you can get when you go to the structure, you can get the core and the optional courses that you can learn from the course. And then you can say something about the department in general, the teaching staff, the particular skills you will learn, and how it will help your future goals. So this one is about your leadership and service. This is one of the simpler, very interesting ones as well. So usually use the STAR method, or what I call the STAR L method. So situation, task, action, and then you get result and learning. Situation, where and when did it happen? So what do you do? Where did you demonstrate that leadership qualities? So you can say, for instance, in 2021 at ABC local government in XYZ district in Nigeria. So there you're describing the place it happened. That's the situation. So what is the task that you were told to do? That's the problem at hand. Say, oh, there was flooding that displaced thousands of people. That on this particular day, in this particular local government, in this particular state, woke up one night and saw people screaming and shouting and water carrying people away. So flash flood that displaced people. So that was the problem. So action, what did you do? You can say you helped in the rescue operation, helped joined like a Red Cross, a rescuing team, joined government emergency agency, or helped as a volunteer to help rescue people, to distribute relief materials to victims. So what is the result, the effect of your action? So you can give stats and say approximately 500 people, you helped to relocate 500 people, were rescued, not reduced, rescued rather, rescued and relocated from the flood. So give a bit of stats. If there's education, say I taught 200 students how to um, type with Microsoft Word or something, computer literacy and things like that. I empowered 100 youths with skills to start their own businesses, so things like that. So now the learning, what lessons did you learn from that experience? You can say that I learned things about teamwork, how to work with others for joint vision, learn things about advocacy, that's making a case for others, things about patience, sympathy. So these kinds of skills can also be mentioned. So do not worry about what you see under here. It's just I'm trying to fill up the word count, because if we do not get up to 100 word count, you cannot move to the next page. So I tried as much as I can to give these tips and just put extra words here, but these are the major things you need to know. So the STAR method, situation, task, action, results, and learning. The final question is about climate change, climate leadership. And it's asking about the climate change impact in your community and what you've done to prevent environmental degradation, your contribution towards resilience, climate resilience in your community. So I would ask you to research the incidents of climate disaster in your community. It could be excessive rainfall causing flood. It could be drought, no rainfall at all. It could be heat stroke, very hot, which also has very severe health impact. It could be erosion, landslide, and things like that. It could be environmental pollution, oil spillage, um, fumes from industries around your area. So these things are some of the issues that could plague your community or the country where you're based. So that could be one of it. So give numbers and data. You can say, oh, in this particular year, 200 people were displaced by flooding, or in this particular year, rivers were about 6, 7 rivers were polluted through mining. There's an incident at the moment in Ghana about mining and the pollution of waters for local communities. So that's a very good example you can bring up. You can say, oh, you live very close to an oil plant, a fossil fuel plant, where they spill oil into the local rivers, or they burn fuel and cause environmental degradation and pollutes the air. Things like that are issues that you can mention. Then connect your chosen course as well to the SDGs. If there's time, say, oh, you're interested in a course that's actually related to the SDGs and related to the climate. So if your course is directly related to environment, even food sustainability is also an environmental issue. So try to link your course to the climate action. Then if you can, I think this is also will put you in front, if you can give examples of your contribution towards saving the environment. Like you joined a recycling campaign telling people to not throw their water, their plastic bottles into the gutters, into the drainage system, that rather they should recycle it, that's the best thing to do to prevent the pollution of water systems. Or show how you've helped victims of climate disaster, how you participated in cleaning the environment, environmental sanitation, or you've contributed into building sustainable housing. So um, housing where you use like green energy, for instance, I think that's also a very good example. Use solar, wind energy, things like that. How you've contributed or you've incentivized, talk to your neighbors about using green energy as opposed to burning fuel generators in producing energy. So these are some of the issues you can bring up to show your contribution towards a climate sensitive lifestyle. So these are the essays actually. This one on climate leadership, this one on leadership and service, this one on your future goals and why you applied for that course. Why did you choose that course? And this one about your background, your motivation, what is pushing you in the first place. And these are the different essay questions. And I hope this is useful to you for those of you applying for this scholarship. And even if you're applying for Cambridge or you're applying for both, I think this will be useful to you. So you just click on next and then you submit this. Mark as read. Then it takes you here. You can also fill this equality form. I think it's also compulsory. So it's just a normal form about diversity, your race, your gender, and things like that. Then supporting documents. Here, things like your transcript or your certificate. They are not asking for a CV. You can see it here. Please do not upload any non-academic documents like CVs, copies of passport, birth certificates, reference letters, and the rest of them. There's a place where we've written the referee's contact already, so that's sufficient. We do not need to attach any of those here. What you just attach here are your CVs, not CV, your transcripts rather, and certificates. If you do not have your transcript yet, your certificate yet, you can write them a letter saying when you get them. I think there's a provision here. If you have no academic documents at this stage, please write a letter clearly explaining why and when you expect to receive these and upload this letter in their place. So that's clear. If you do not have your transcript yet, explain when you receive them. And then you attach and then complete. And by the time you attach, then I think you can then submit. So what we've done now, we've filled the form, done the equality stuff. The only thing preventing us from submitting is just this attachment, transcript, and certificate or letter of attestation or the rest. So that is it, guys, for Edinburgh. As usual, we cannot wait to celebrate you. So this is fully funded, just as we have here at Cambridge, fully funded Mastercard. We've also talked about the Mastercard at McGill and UBC. You can apply for all of them, as I said, and who knows, apply for 4 of them and one might just fall through, or you might even get all of them and then you're in that beautiful situation where you just have to pick the best offer for yourself. So that's it, guys. So get to work, start putting your documents together. And if you've not subscribed now, I just wonder what you're doing, because many more opportunities like this are coming your way. So get to work, start working on your essays, and I'll see you at the top sooner than later. Bye bye for now, and cheers.